Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Hey guys, Bushcraft family back again with another video. And this one, Walmart might hate me after this one, but yes, I am going to do a video of 25 foods you should never buy at Walmart. If anything, but there are some people that they have no choice to shop at Walmart, but there's some places. Walmart, we'll put it this way, it's not the healthiest place, the safest place to eat at, but yeah, let's go ahead and get to it because this is 25 items too. So let's go ahead and get to it. Organic produce. Yes, sales of organic produce drove more than $40 billion in sales in the last few years, yearly. Unfortunately, a lot of the stuff that is marked organic is really not organic. It's just they put the hefty price tag on it, and this is at Walmart and in other stores. It's just not Walmart. You have places like Aldi's does the same thing. They'll have two different versions of things. You'll see a real cheap price on like berries, and right down the aisle it'll be double the price, and the berries look exactly the same. It's just it's prettier produce basically. So very seldom do you actually find actual organic produce from Walmart. And our next one, number 2, all produce at Walmart. Yes, when it comes to buying fresh fruits and vegetables, sometimes just because you can doesn't mean you should. A lot of the stuff that they sell, a lot of it is picked very green, and it ripens on the way to you. So by the time you get it, it could be months old, even though it says it's fresh food and whatnot. It's not really. And our next one, number 3, is maple syrup. And I'm talking about their own brand name syrup. I'm not talking about some other syrup you would get. A lot of it is mixed with, the corn syrup and other things, or it's diluted and other stuff is mixed in with it. It is not what you would call 100% tree tapped maple syrup. There's a lot of stuff in there that doesn't belong there. So if you're going for straight maple syrup, you want to make sure that's it. That's all it's in there is maple syrup, no preservatives or anything like that. And number 4, we're going to go for another one. Organic milk. There's a lot of different brands out there, and a lot of them are, again, very diluted, and they're extremely expensive on top of that. Sometimes the fancy names and stuff like that, you're not really getting anything different than you would if you went down and bought something for half the price, and it's the same thing. It's just that organic labeling that's on it. Number 5, pure vanilla extract. And again, this is Walmart's brand. And yeah, you're really not getting the high quality stuff when it says pure. it should just be pure vanilla, not all the other ingredients in it. Just because you're paying the big extra price for the Walmart stuff that says pure organic or whatever the case may be, it's not really that much better than the other stuff. And it actually might be worse than the cheap stuff, the imitation. Because again, you have to read these labels. Make sure when you're buying something that it's supposed to be pure whatever. Make sure that's all it's in the ingredients. And the number 6, great value, big breakfast sandwiches. Yes, these things are loaded with the bad fats and stuff that you really don't want to eat, not to mention the overabundance of preservatives, the chemical preservatives that they put in this stuff to make it last so much longer. And everything that's out there now has that bioengineered ingredients. I've spoke about this so many times. I've made numerous videos and everything, but that stuff just does not die. There's been reports of people leaving bread that has that bioengineered ingredients in there, and it lasts for months. Somebody had something that was there on their refrigerator for over 6 months. It didn't spoil for anything. And that sounds great, but that's not how things are supposed to go. But again, be careful of these easy frozen sandwiches and stuff, because they're loaded with a bunch of stuff that is just really bad for you. Not to mention the ingredients that's in some of the things, like the eggs or the bacon or the ham. Yeah. Okay, the next thing is number 7. It is imported, farmed, raw shrimp. I'll get it out. Yes, and these shrimp are farmed in Central America and Asia, and they're raised under questionable conditions, if you know what I mean. And they are a threat to your health. And this is just not me saying this. They've done many studies about these things. They feed them overabundance of antibiotics. So you're already getting that residue in your shrimp when you eat them. So, and those antibiotics again pose cancer risk, and that's pretty much anything that they raise in these farms that are very disgusting. If you ever go and do your research on those, they're very disgusting. Okay, our next one is it sounds really weird, but great value. Those flavored pickles that are the rave now on TikTok and Snapchat and all those little video things that they do these videos on. They're brightly colored cucumbers. They're like lime and cherry and all these flavors. And the coloring alone is very bad for you, not to mention the excess sugar that's really not even sugar that they put in there, but it actually turns in your stomach, and it's very bad for your gut health and all that stuff. But I'm not going to go into too much detail, but this stuff is very bad for you. And number 9, you guys going to dislike this one, but a lot of the snack foods now bioengineered ingredients. Yes, it's hard to find anything in the store now without this stuff. So you're basically, it's going to be hard to find anything that doesn't have it, but you're going to want to limit as much as possible of eating this stuff at all, because this bioengineered ingredient stuff is setting in your guts for long periods of time, and that is no good at all. And this stuff can stay in your gut for 6 months to 2 years is what they're saying, and we don't want that. Number 10 is great value pizzadilla. The snack appetizer section in any food section can be something of a nutritional minefield, but sometimes you'll find a product such as this that is loaded with the bad fat. Now, I'll always say this: the bad fat, carbohydrates, and excess amount of sodium. All these things are so bad for your health. And again, when I say this is not something that you go out and you stop eating, because every once in a while it's okay to splurge and have something that is stuff. But if you're eating this stuff on a daily basis, it's so bad for you. Number 11. We've heard about this many, many times, but yes, even though pork right now is somewhat cheaper and whatnot, the stuff that you get at Walmart is really not worth it. A lot of the pork comes from questionable farmers, and I don't mean farmers. I mean a business type farming thing. It's not from your local farmer that has 20 pigs and then he sells them to Walmart. That's not how it works. These places are a factory of pig farms in one location. And we'll just put it this way. They are not the healthiest. They're loaded with a lot of stuff that you don't want in your body, like the antibiotics, the steroids. All this gets passed down through their meat into you when you eat these pork from Walmart. I'm not saying all of this is bad, but yeah. Okay, our next one, number 12, great value snack cakes. Again, we'll put it this way. I'll just leave it at this. They put a disgusting oil coating on these snacks to make them last longer and longer. And the chemicals that are in this so-called oily, waxy, whatever film that they put on this stuff is not good. Not to mention the excess sugar and stuff that you're already putting in your body. And when I say sugar, it's usually not sugar. It's the corn syrup and all that lovely stuff that is bad for you. And I'm not saying corn syrup is bad. It's the bad corn syrup, because there are different versions of this. And number 13, this is General Mills or generic cereal, the great value ones. A lot of this is riddled with sugar and preservatives and, again, bioengineered ingredients. You're going to hear me say this quite a bit. And again, you got to limit the use of this stuff that you're intaking, because none of it is good. It's basically something that a man made in a lab, and they're putting in this stuff to replace what grows naturally from what God made. Our next one is number 14. These are Twist and Shout. These are the Great Value Oreo cookies. And these are not the best at all. Some of the ingredients in there have been linked to a lot of cancer issues and whatnot. Not to mention just bad stuff in them. Number 15, I'm going to try to pick this up a bit. Great Value granola bars. They are not the healthiest at all. Granola bars, when they first came out, they were really healthy for you and whatnot, loaded with all kinds of good stuff. But now they've turned into basically really bad for you candy bars with a little bit of oats in them. So, yeah. Our next one is Great Value mac and cheese. There's no cheese in there. Even the macaroni itself is not the best. It's got the bad wheat that the icky wheat stuff that you're not supposed to eat. We'll just leave it at that. There's nothing good about it at all. Yes, it's cheap, but at what cost? Now the next one is the big tubes of ground beef. Yes, they're cheap. Yes, they're in a nice, cute little tube that you can cut up and store and all that stuff. But just the recalls that they get on their tubes of meat every year, the bacteria contamination of this stuff would be enough to turn anybody off from eating this stuff. Some of the things that has been found in these tubes, I'll put a good part of it. Well, this is not good, but I've seen people open these up and find one half of it just fat. They didn't even mix it in. They had one section was just all fat, and the rest of it had regular ground beef, because there's fat in ground beef and whatnot. Well, and there have been so many other stuff, because if you can't see what's in it, you don't know what you're buying until you open it up. And a lot of times this stuff is very disgusting. And I just won't go into some of the stuff how they make this and whatnot. So I don't want to gross too many people out. Our next one, number 18, is rotisserie chickens. The ones at Walmart, yep. They're around 3 pounds. They're loaded. They soak them in a lot of high sodium mixtures to give them flavor and stuff. I've got these before to make chicken salad sandwiches and stuff like that, until I seen some of the stuff in the background of how they make these things, what they're soaked in, when they cook them and stuff. And you'd be surprised. You get these chickens that sit under this lamp for days, and then these are cooled. At the end of the day, they don't sell them. They put them in a refrigerator. The next day, they bring them out, put them back up in there under the heat lamps again, and heat them up. These can set up there for 4 to 5 days. And sometimes they even change the packaging so that the dates on them are newer dates instead of tossing them out or marking the price down and stuff. So be very careful eating these rotisserie chickens that you get at Walmart and whatnot. They're very, oh, yeah. Our next one is the fresh fish that you get at Walmart. Guess what, guys? It's not very fresh. Some of this fish that is supposed to be freshly caught and everything has been frozen and unfrozen multiple times. And by the time it gets to your place, your grocery store, your Walmart, it has been setting. It's not fresh. It's been months that this stuff has been in. The majority of it is product of China. So enough said right there. Number 20 is great value sliced strawberries. And most of the time it does say in sugar. And it is loaded with 36 grams at least of sugar per serving. Not per package, per serving. That is a lot, guys. It may not seem like that much, but that is some bad stuff that goes into it. Now, if it was just straight strawberries, good. But once they start adding the preservatives and the coloring, they actually add a red dye to it so it looks nice and red, because that's what you associate strawberries with. There's so much stuff that they add into it. It's just not very good. And number 21 is great value lemonade. In the juice aisle at that, guess what? It doesn't have any lemon in it. Tons of sugar. And when I say sugar, it's corn syrup sugar. Nothing good about it. When your lemonade, it should say lemons, water, and sugar. That's it. It shouldn't say all these other things that I can't pronounce or whatnot. But and again, for an 8-ounce serving of this stuff, it's like 24 grams per serving of sugar. And again, when I say sugar, it's not really sugar. Number 21, great value honey wheat bread. And guess what? It's, high, the fructose sugar, corn syrup thing. Yeah, that should not be in your... Why is it that all these healthy things are supposed to just be wheat, blah, 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 blah. Now that's it. But yet there are so many things in this. And again, bioengineered ingredients. Why they are putting corn syrup in everything that you see anymore? It's ridiculous. And this is supposed to be great for healthy alternatives than the white bread. But the healthy stuff is getting worse than the unhealthy stuff. Our next one is 23. Trans-ocean seafood snackers. It's supposed to be crab meat. It's fake meat. It's in a stick form. It's imitation crab. So a lot of times you don't know what fish you're actually eating. And the product actually, it's labeled as crab, but it has less than 2% crab meat in it. The other stuff is you don't know what's in it. A lot of this product is from China. So again, you don't know what you're eating in this. And they don't label what fish it is. It just says imitation crab, which is whatever fish that they grind up and the parts and yeah, I don't want to gross anybody out, but it's very unhealthy. Be careful what you're eating with that stuff. Number 24, the perfect bacon bowl. And yes, this product here has been studied from Harvard Health. Evidence of cooking this in the microwave in the plastic. It leaks the BPA toxins within what you're cooking it in. It leaks it into your food, which again causes cancer. Not only that, there's a lot of metal that's inside the product itself that leaks out. Again, I'm just telling you, these are some of the things that are the number one things that you don't eat from Walmart. It's very bad for you. Another one, I don't know. This is number 25. This is our last one. Dr. Pepper cotton candy. Yes, 38 grams of sugar. Just that alone should turn people off. You can go to a carnival or something and get cotton candy, and it would be a tenth of what you're going to be getting out of this cotton candy from the Dr. Pepper cotton candy. That alone, not to mention the red color that they put in there, it has been banned in other countries for causing people to get cancer. Not United States, but most countries, the red color dye that they're using has been banned. And there you go, guys. That's the list. Hope you stuck with me for the whole 25. If you did, put in the comments down below, ew, Walmart. Until next time, guys, God bless.